Right, welcome back, man, to the Rashad Mitchell's YouTube channel. Let's get into it, man. We at number two of the top 100 underrated hip hop songs of all time, right here. Look, I've been going over. I'm almost close to the finish line. Almost close to the finish line. I do the number one underrated hip hop song tomorrow at 1 o'clock p.m. But this song right here is the epitome of a underrated hip hop song. Not like the number one, which is coming up tomorrow. But this is the opinion of that. Brother D with collective effort. Brother D with collective effort. How are we gonna make the Black Nation rise? How are we gonna make the Black Nation rise in 1980? So this is before. I'm talking about all the groups that came after. This was a precursor before you had the Public Enemies, the X Clans, and the Brand Nubians. You know, people that were speaking that stuff about being Afrocentric and political. This is the song right here that got it started. Everything got started with this before anything that Melly Mel talked about in the message. 1980. Think about that. Because rappers back then, they were just rhyming about how nice they were on the mic or doing party rhymes and stuff like that. They were talking about something political. So this song is very underrated because it's the first political hip hop song ever made in 1980 on the independent label Clappers. How we gonna make the Black Nation rise, man? As a song. The label Clapper Records was developed by Lister Huen Low, who wanted to create a label to release politically motivated music. So while working for Island Records, he reached out to reggae musicians involved in the hip hop music world in New York City to find someone who wanted to record a political record. He met with Daryl Alma Nubian, who wrote lyrics for the song and agreed to meet with him at A&R Records, A&R Studios to record it. So on the meeting at the studio, Daryl had invited several people to record the verses with him, who were known as Collective Effort. This was produced by Loxley Grant and Pierre Brook. Yeah, 1980. So Clappers was a record label in New York City that created by Lister Huen Low. Huen Low was influenced by Gil Scott Heron's involvement with the record label Strata East Records. So he stated that I got revved up and excited about the possibilities of forming a record company that had a moist approach instead of a capitalist approach. I was obsessed with the fact that shareholders should be the people who made the music. Huen Ho initially began making a label Yard Records and Yard Music, one of the first reggae record companies in the United States. So Huen How. I got Huen Low before. Anyway, later gave Yard Records and the label Music to his close friend, classmate at Miko Practicing School in Keystone, Jamaica, Augustus Powell, as a gift, and started Clappers Records, a label whose name had three meanings. In Jamaican patois, it means that if someone clapped your music, it meant somebody ripped it off. It meant that you took a gun and shot someone, and it also meant you had just had sex. The development, after proposing the idea of making a revolutionary hip hop record, Huen Ho began approaching reggae people that were involved in rap music in New York and was looking for the most militant political activists to record for Clappers Records. Daryl Omar Nubian was known as Brother D, went to Island Records, where Ho, Huen Ho was working, and introduced himself by saying that they would never record his records because nobody wants to record it because it's too political, too militant. See what I'm saying? That's what made this gentleman different. This before X Clan, Brother J, X Clan, like I said, Chuck D, Paris on the West Coast, with his political nationalist, statements that he was making on his albums. This is the first one. This is the guy that did it first. So Huen Ho disagreed, offering him a copy of the Rastaman Vibrations, which was released by Allen. So Daryl wrote the lyrics for a song, just a Philadelphia-based record, to be on the rhythm section, which Huen Ho turned down. So Huen Ho, I keep saying Ho, How. Huen How went to A&R Studios to record the record, expected only Daryl to show up, only to find what he described as an army of people. So arriving which Daryl introduced as a collective effort. The record was the first to be both explicitly political in both its lyrical content and its methods of production and distribution. So the lyrics of the song are performed by unnamed male, female rappers, with lyrics encouraging listeners to consider the good time music and natural reality of the situation is derived from. And the music used on the record was taken from Cheryl Lynn's song "Got to Be Real." So How We Gonna Make Black Nation Rise was released in 1980 on Clapper's Records, and the single was reviewed in Village Voice in 1982, where the reviewer praised it, noting the group for its serious, intelligent message, skillful rapping. See? They did it first, man. Way before Public Enemy, way before the Poor Righteous Teachers, way before the Brand Nubians, the X-Clans. Anybody that was on that political tip of doing things. No, it started with this song right here. How We Gonna Make the Black Nation Rise in 1980. That was something that you didn't see before, and that opened up the door there where rappers could make songs about political rap. Anything about that's political and militant. That's what it started with this song right here. How We Gonna Make the Black Nation Rise. Yep. Brother D. Very, very most important songs in music. Very most important songs in hip hop history. All this political stuff. And the thing about Brother D is that he was a math teacher from the Bronx. He was one of the earliest conscious rappers. See? He was the pioneer before Chuck D, before Brother J, X-Clan. Anybody that was on that political stuff. This guy, How We Gonna Make the Black Nation Rise? That was something that was far ahead of his time in 1980. You know what I'm saying? So this is the guy that deserved a lot of credit, 100% credit for getting this thing jump started in 1980, 2 years before the message. It was 1980. How We Gonna Make the Black Nation Rise? This was it right here. You could talk about anything you wanted to talk about. You can do not just the party rhymes and just be lyrical and talk about how nice you're on the mic and how nice you are with the girls and all that. But you can talk about serious issues. And that's the thing about rap. It gave rap music an outlet where you could talk about anything. You could talk about positive stuff. You could talk about political stuff, militant stuff, socially conscious stuff, what's going on in the world. That's what it's about at the time. It had something, rap had a conscience, you know what I'm saying, compared to what it is today. Rap had a conscience, man. You can rap about political stuff. So this song, How We Gonna Make the Black Nation Rise, is considered the first political rap record. And that's why I put it at the number two. Could have put it number one, but I put it number two. The second most underrated hip hop song of all time. It's not even close. This was politically charged, something that was way ahead of its time. I don't think nobody saw that coming. So to me, this is where it's at. When you talk about underrated song in the history of rap, this is the song right here. This is the record right here that got it started. Talk about political rap, it all started with this song right here. Right, so that's it. That's all that needs to be said. I'm done. Now it's time to move forward. Tomorrow, I'll be concluding the top 100 underrated hip hop songs of all time, the book that I've been reading about for a long time. I'm going to conclude it with the number one song at 1 o'clock p.m. And also, I can't forget KRS-One. Before there was a KRS-One, there was this Brother D. He was the one that was doing it. Yeah, I always talk about Public Enemy, X-Clan, Brand Nubian, Paris. But yeah, before KRS-One was doing what he was doing with the political stuff, the conscious, being socially conscious. This is the guy that got it started, man. No way to say it. This is it. How we gonna make the Black Nation rise? This is the song that got it started. Before the message, Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5, it was Brother D, and with the collective effort, they got it done. They took that and pushed it to the next level. I think that's the thing that stands out with this, or it's political rap, or in politics and stuff, you know. That's it. How we gonna make the Black Nation rise? Yep. So I'll be back tomorrow. Bible study time and some more stuff, more content. Then I'm gonna get into a new series. I'm gonna begin a new series after I do the #1 underrated hip hop song. I'm gonna do another series, another 100 list. I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's gotta be, gotta wait for that. But that's it, man. I'm done. Till then, talk to you tomorrow.